going on, my peoples? My peoples, and of course, without you guys, I'd be really talking to myself. My plant people. What is the business, baby? What's the business? What we standing on? What's the move? What the lit read? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we here, back again. I am Jamon. If you don't know me, Jumanji's Plants. And as you kind of see, I'm over here with all the love and all the life. How are you doing? How is your week? Okay. All right. So yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for coming back here. I appreciate you for being here. You are worthy of everything that you asked for. Just keep on going and don't quit. Because as soon as you quit, I'm going to tell you, as soon as you quit, that's when it was going to get better. But you'll never know if you quit. So that's going to be my little word to you. I don't want to give you too much grief, but that's just my little word to you. No, I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? What Jay-Z said, I get real when I get nervous, something like that. But shout out to that boy. But yeah, so we back. I'm gonna show off my second Detolf, my second Detolf, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about it because it's flourishing in there too, just like my first Detolf is, and I'm very, very excited because I put plants in there and they grow to flourishing, and then I can better bring them out here. You know what I'm just now noticing? I don't too much care for that yellow light. I want white light. Yeah. I've been trying to figure out why I guess I don't like how it looks back there, but I want white light. But yeah, crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna show you off my second Detolf. And I'm hoping that you guys like it. Hopefully get you some things together to put together, some plants and some pots and some repotting and some cleaning and some dishes and whatever you gotta do. And you get to sit down, listen to me, look at some plants, and we talk about some stuff and whatnot, and the way that I condition them, watering, and you know, all that beautiful jazz. And of course, come back here. Always come back here. Hopefully you come back here. And yeah, we do a little recap. And yeah, I'm gonna leave you to go and check that out, and then I'll be sitting right here. I'll chill out right here. You go ahead. Yeah. You go. Okay, so I'm gonna show this kind of pan view. So this is my second Detolf. And I just kind of try to do something different with it, with getting like different like shelves, kind of like the bathroom shelves and stuff like that. Just try to give it a different look, a very, I would say more open look, if you can kind of say. And then at the bottom, I got the Lex shelf. So yeah, I got a lot of tall plants in here. So it's kind of opposite of my, it's opposite of the other one, where the other one has pretty much like 3 shelves. This one has kind of open shelves on the side. In this one, again, I still have the computer fans, because those work really well, where you can cut them on and off, and you can automate them and stuff like that. And I got the automatic lights. If you can remember before, I did have another light up here, and I didn't really like that light. I like these better right here, these kind of lights, just because I can cut them on or cut them off, and they're automatic and stuff like that. So I like that for me. And then there's 3 up there, so it's a lot of light coming down in here. And again, I got these little shelves here. This shelf right here is actually loose. I can move this shelf, but it's just a catcher shelf, because of course I put water in there. I got my humidifier, I guess scale or whatever that thing's called, thermostat, there we go. And then of course I got these black backgrounds. These are plastic. When they first came out, I can remember they used to be wood, and that was really bad because it would get humidity on them and things like that. And when it got humidity, you can start to see like mold and everything like that. And these right here are a lot easier to clean. So that makes it easier just to have or whatnot. On this right here, this is by sticker, by suction cup. And I will say that you have to make sure that those things are suction on. So once I take these plants off, if I have to take these plants off, it seems like the suction like unsuctions itself. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but if you have those type of suction things there, then you know to just leave them alone. Because once you take them off, then you really have to press them back and, you know, kind of flex them a little bit, where I would kind of press that in there just to make sure the suction works. So really good shells, clean, clear, or whatnot. It's pretty dope. Like I said, I got these lights pretty much everywhere, and I like them because you can really kind of connect them from one way to the other, depending on how you kind of look at it, kind of go through whatnot. And again, I have it on a automatic thing or whatnot, and I can control it from my phone. So I love those things, and I have it on both of my shelves. So it makes it a lot easier for me to be able to control lights. And you have to remember, a lot of those lights can't be cut on and off without having a timer. These are not those ones. And when I mean like a timer, it's like you have to like press the timer, and it'll say like 3 hours, 9 hours, 12 hours. I don't like those type of lights for this shelf here. The reason that I don't like that here is because when all the other lights are turned on automatic, I was noticing that that other light that I had, it would not do that. So I would have to like press it on for 12 hours or 3 hours or 9 hours. And the way that my apartment is set up, or maybe it could be around Georgia, lights will cut off. And when they cut off, that means that the timer is offset too. Now, when the timer goes off here, when the timer goes off here, because these lights are actually Wi-Fi'd, right? Due to that, I don't really know what to call it. I guess protector. I can actually turn the lights back on. So it'll send a message to my phone, and it'll allow me to know, okay, hey, this is what's happening at your house. You know, turn the lights on or something like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much how this one is set up. And I always want to kind of start off with the setup so that you can know, you know, maybe some things that you want to change or not change and stuff like that. And, you might want to change some stuff up. You might want to add some stuff on there. So hopefully that kind of helped you out there. Like I said, most things are always in the description. So if you want to find anything, just go down to the description. If you don't see it because I was like just a little absent mind, just go ahead and send me a little request, a comment down below. Hey, could you give me information for this? You know, usually everything is pretty much through Amazon. So yeah. And I kind of don't like these wires hanging, but yeah, just kind of put that right there. Maybe it won't. Okay, sweet. Yep. Okay, so now let's look at the plants. So just, so we'll start from the top, go down to the bottom or whatnot. And let's do that. So you will see I have a lot of Florida greens or whatnot. And they're not in the best conditions because I've been moving these around and everything like that. And I just, a lot of these battle mites and stuff like that. So I try to get them in the best conditions. And I've been moving these around between this room and the other room and stuff like that. So they are going on a roller coaster. Okay, so right now I have them, of course, in the clear containers. I love these containers because it has like the breathe hose down below. You can see there's probably like some type of soil or something like that in there. And I have maybe like 2 in there, and then I got 1 in there. But as you can kind of see, they're still growing. They're in chunky mix. So once the newer leaves come out, I'll probably get rid of the older leaves and stuff like that. just because I don't like to see this, honestly. And I know different plants have, you know, their looks and stuff like that, but typically not for this type of plant or whatnot. So I'll typically probably take that off. And yeah, but these are Florida greens, Florida beauty, something like that. I know they're not variegated. So I know that they're not like ghost or anything like that. But yeah, I just have those, and I keep these on this grill right here because once I water it, it can go down into this catcher container, which I really like. You'll see I have like a lot of catcher containers because I'll come through and I'll just spray it, and it'll trickle down, and then these plants right here will just kind of soak stuff up. So yeah. Let me see, left to right, I have from Sleeping Pothos. This is the Epipremnum shingala or whatnot. Kind of being hidden by the Tortum. That Tortum is really gorgeous, by the way. But the shingala, I'll bring it up. So the shingala is a very interesting Epipremnum where it kind of closes up like this right here. And no, that doesn't mean like it's actually thirsty or anything like that. That's just kind of how it is, which is very interesting. I love that for this because it just gives it just a different look. I can imagine these in the jungle, if they're not like hybridized type plants, that bugs or animals will just kind of sleep in these, or you know, like bats and stuff like that, if they're small enough or something, will just kind of climb up in there. Very beautiful plant. If I had both hands, I would try to open it up. Let me see if I can move this up. Hopefully I don't mess them up. Okay, so yeah, very hard plant, I would say. Very hard pothos, probably the hardest one. And that's the inside of it. It just kind of looks pretty cool. It does seem like it has holes in them or whatnot, so I'm not exactly sure what that adaptation is. But yeah, I love this plant, and I've had this plant for quite some time, and I'm just now seeing that this is actually growing. So that is really cool. Maybe it just needed really good conditioning and things like that, and now it is growing. I'm actually really excited. I haven't had anything to die back or anything, so that's pretty cool. I'm not at that gets to grow out. And here we have this big, humongous Tortum, and it is really, really growing. I don't have it on any type of pole because I really want it to stay bushy, which we all know I'm into bushy stuff. So this is really good. And I think this is just one. And it looks like, yeah, it looked like, oh, there we go. It looked like it's just small indentions or whatnot. One leaf to the next leaf, which I find that probably be difficult if I wanted to propagate it, but I don't want to propagate it, so it's looking really good. So this Tortum is definitely like top 5 plant for me because it looks like it's like a palm, but it's a lot better than a palm because y'all know I have a disdain for palms. I think that only in tropical places in like Florida should palms be, because I personally just haven't had the success of having a palm in my house. So that's why I'm kind of a hater. But if you got a successful palm in your house, you can drop suggestions down or not. I probably won't listen because I'm just done with the palm. Palm, the species, has had enough of my money. But yeah, for other people, they might want to know maybe some healthier ways to have palms. Next, I have this jungle cactus. I can't remember what the heck kind it is. If I do remember what kind it is, of course, I'll put it on the screen and you'll get to see it. But I just like these, of course, because they just kind of fall down. This is, of course, dead, so I need to kind of chop this up. And but I like the jungle cactuses. I'm a big fan of jungle cactuses, just because of how they grow, and they actually like water. I can love water, so you can see that I probably just didn't water these pretty well. Easy to propagate. You just kind of take 2 leaves and just kind of, or you take 1 leaf and just pin it up in somewhere or whatnot, and they will grow. I say they grow slow, but they're very pretty. They're very pretty when they got them in like big bunches. So Yeah. Up here we have Ripsalis, Capilla formis or whatnot, and I was actually given these. Once I bought like a plant or something like that. So these are growing really nice. And like I said, I like the hanging stuff because it gives it just takes up a little bit more room. I try to keep these watered pretty much, but just like in these little pots, and I keep them in these little pots because it's easier to hold these up as opposed to anything else. So very easy to water. You definitely got to water these a lot more, and I need to water them a lot more. They probably could be a lot more puffy than they are because they look a little shriveled, a little grass-like. So I would imagine that I probably need to water these a little bit more. So me just looking at this just kind of gave me an idea to water my plants more. Okay, so that's kind of, I guess you could say that's all kind of like first level, even though it's 2 levels. I'll just say that that's group 1. We'll say that's group 1. Okay, so we got group 1 done. Okay, so next we'll say group 2 over here. Yes, I'm gonna sit down now. So I'll try to go back, forward, or whatnot. So over there, actually, I'm gonna go forward, backwards. So this right here is the variegated Mycans. Very gorgeous plant. It hasn't done too much more for me, but I do have it in this stratum and perlite. And then I, of course, have a moss pole because once it start to grow, I want to definitely catch those Mycans with bigger leaves. So I did get this for a pretty good price. So I'm pretty excited that I have it because I know that these things can definitely go for a pretty penny. But as you kind of see, that variegation definitely makes it worthwhile. I love this plant. Just to kind of like look at it, it is not growing the best right now for me, but that's okay because it's a Mycan. So I'd imagine that it's gonna do its Mycan growing pattern type thing, where it may die back, but it may give me some other leaves. But the variegation on it is still really pretty, as you can see here. I'm absolutely loving this plant. Like I said, whenever I see it and I walk past it, and I'm just like, oh, I can't wait for you to grow. And, start being stubborn a little bit. I do have a butterfly clip on there just to keep it contained and whatnot. I might need to lower it. I don't know where the next leaf is going to kind of come out of. It should come out of this leaf right here because I think that is the newest leaf there. So I would imagine that this plant does grow fast once it gets its right conditions. And I haven't moved it out of here in a couple months, I would say. But I don't know how long it takes for the variegated Mycans to adjust as opposed to the regular Mycans. So, or the regular green Mycans. I don't want to say regular, but green Mycans. So, yeah. Loving this plant so far. Next one I have, you guys have already seen it. So this is where I keep my Alocasia longiloba. Like I said, very gorgeous plant. I talked about it before. I have it all in stratum. I think that's how it came. Because I know me personally, I would never have used all this stratum. This is a lot of stratum for it. So I just kind of keep it in this container. I gave it a little label. And it's growing. So I'm loving that for it. And looked like I had another little one right here, but it didn't grow. So this one's growing really well. And I love the longiloba. Especially, and you can tell this is a younger one because the older one, if you can remember a couple weeks back, I got that purple hue on the back. And yeah, it's a very, very, very gorgeous plant. Very, very gorgeous. If you want to see like an adult form, definitely go back a couple weeks into my Alocasia care. And you'll be able to see that and a lot of other alocasias if you like alocasias. So yeah. Next plant that I have back here is the Upii or Jopii, depending on how you say it or how you want to pronounce it. And when I first got it, I got it from, I can't remember what's the seller, but it came really, really big for about $45 or whatnot. And it died back pretty slowly, but I decided to take it out of its soil because it wasn't growing. And now I have it in this container here. And it's growing really well. As you can see, the roots are popping. You can see like the older roots in there, the black roots, those are soil roots. And the green roots or the white roots, depending on how you're looking at it, those are water roots. So I'm pretty much water propagating it, and it's giving me that UPI shape, that young UPI shape, and you'll start to see that the earlobes will be a little smaller or whatnot. So I'm pretty excited for this one. It's a nice little comeback. Don't call it a comeback, right? But yeah, it is growing really well. As you see, there is a new baby leaf right there. I'm trying to get the focus. I don't know if it will focus, but yeah, growing really well. I'm pretty excited about it. All the old leaves have died off of it. So this one is the first leaf right here that grew from the older leaf, and then the older leaf had just died off a couple days ago. So I took it off because it was browning and stuff like that. And then this one, of course, is the newest leaf. This is the middle child, and then this is the young child. So we're still looking good on the UPI. So I'm pretty excited that I still have one. It was definitely a wish plant, the UPI, just because of how gorgeous it is. It kind of looks like, it's like if you want a UPI, but you think that it's too expensive, get you a 69686. And that's a type of philodendron that gives a similar look to it, but not exactly. So my plant fam, you kind of know, just kind of look up the difference between the UPI and the 69686, and you'll see a difference and whatnot. So yeah, now I'm gonna go over to the right side of the shelf, and like I said, I always keep like a catcher down here for water, so I can just water stuff and it just be done. So this right here is the Philodendron Bernardo Pazzi, and I first saw this plant from Breezy Plants or whatnot, and I was like, wow, those long leaves are really gorgeous. So I've put it in here, and it's been kind of placed in like my plant room, and then secondly in here or whatnot. So it takes up a lot of room, and it's really gorgeous. Long leaves, which I am very much so attracted to. And as you kind of see, new leaf there. Is that actually broken? I think that's actually broken. Okay, so no new leaf is actually broken, and it calloused off already. But it seems to still be growing. Very interesting. But there does look like there's a new leaf down there, so we're gonna ignore that one. But yeah, Bernardo Pazzi, long leaf philodendron. If you like long leaves like myself, definitely a beautiful one. I don't think it cost me that much. I bought this from, who did I buy this from? Curvy Plant Co. Shout out to Curvy Plant. She's pretty dope. She's a plant seller here in Atlanta, area. You will typically see her at different plant conventions and stuff like that. She has a shop that you can go and check out on Instagram. I more than likely have her down in my description. I try to keep the plant community down in my description and stuff like that. Plant community, like Lex and Jasmine Lowe, with her merch and stuff like that. So definitely check out the fam. And well, yeah. So I love this plant. Like I said, the long leaves and the green leaves and stuff like that. And when I keep it pretty much up here, I can definitely notice it kind of poking out and stuff like that. And it's really very bushy, green-like or whatnot. So I absolutely love that for myself. And you know, if you get that for you, I love that for you. Here, I got an alocasia that I probably don't know the name of. I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably put this in like bulb-like form, and you can see it's fighting all the other plants because there's so many brothers and sisters in there. I would imagine this just to be a green shield, but it's very voluptuous, if I can say that. Definitely a lot of plants in there. Let me see. Let's go deeper in there. We got 1, 2, 3 corms, 4 corms. Okay, so that's why this thing is booming out of here, and I actually love this. It definitely gives volume, as you can see. Yeah, the Bernardo gives that like length or whatnot, but that alocasia, I would say green shield, just gave it a lot more greenery, as you can see. So yeah, it definitely fills up the space for sure. Alocasias definitely serve a great part in my heart because they are very easy, and You know, if you get you a really good allocation, you can multiply it and multiply it and multiply it. And you can get corms from other people. You can buy corms if you're really good at shaping up corms and stuff like that. So you can really put yourself in a really good place with corms or whatnot. So yeah, that is my second shelf. So we got the UPI, we got the variegated micans, we got the alocasia longa loba. I believe this to be the green shield, and we got the Bernardo Ponzi. So we got up there, we'll say the first group, there's gonna be the second group, second shelf or whatnot, second level of the club. Then we got some beamer lights, and then we got the lower staff here. So let me back up a little bit. There we go, okay. So we got this shelf here. I'm gonna start from the back side. We have back here, as you see, Philodendron silver cloud. And there are bunches and bunches in there. And I'm pretty excited about that. Actually, let me pull these out so I can make this a little bit easier for us. And this is in a weird little mixture. So I actually kept this in my humidity dome for a long time. And I just put some cuttings in there, and the cuttings actually grew. So as you kind of see, it's like I said, it's the silver cloud, and it's definitely giving cloud because of how many are in there. You can see the amount of area roots for it to want to grow, but right now I just don't want it to grow like that. But I can imagine once I put this on a pole, man, you better believe this thing is gonna go ham. Yeah, I can imagine it being very bushy. I'll probably put it on a pole kind of like that right there. And yeah, man, those leaves are gonna grow humongo-like right now. But right now, I just kind of don't have the room for them. But once I do, kind of make some shelf room and kind of move things in, move things out, especially when plants like get overgrown and stuff like that, kind of like this varicosum, but we'll come back to it. Yeah, I just find that these plants right here will definitely be really great on a pole. So I'm pretty excited to do it, just not right now. So yeah, but that there is the silver cloud there. Let me see. The next one that I have here, I believe this one to be, because I don't have a name on it, and this one was actually in my humidity dome. I believe this one to be the Mexicana. The reason that I believe it to be the Mexicana is because of that little red right there and how long the leaves are. And it just kind of gives me how my other Mexicanum is. So I won't really know until it gets a lot bigger. But as you can see, it's trying. So I'm gonna call it a Mexicana until proven otherwise. What do I have it in? Leca, of course, Spagnomoss, moss, and then the plant set right up top. So those roots, as you kind of see, like the little baby roots, they're in there. And they get to breathe with the Spagnomoss moss in between, and then it stays hydrated with water, which of course I love this for shelf like, because these shelves do hold a good amount of weight. And then when I water these right here, I can just water it and just leave it. And it sits like that for a little minute. But I believe that to be the Mexicana. If you see something else, definitely drop it down below. But right now, I just see the Mexicana, so I'm gonna go with Mexicana. The next plant that I have here. So this one I'm gonna guess too, because I've actually had this in my what's it called? The humidity dome. I believe this to be a is either a Mycans or a oh man, what's those things called? El Chaco. I believe that what this is. I don't have a label on it, and I can't remember when I put this in there. But I think that might be it, right? That actually could be a Dark Lord. Just thinking about it. That could actually be a Dark Lord, but we will see once I get older. but, or more mature, not older, more mature. But I believe, cause like, look at that leaf, right? It's definitely giving like Mycans, right? But it could be giving El Chaco too. I can't really tell the difference looking at the stem and stuff like that. Like it doesn't really have any different color. It does look like it want to grow because I can see all the roots just trying to find something to latch onto, and it's in a chunky mix and it has a lot of water in it. Do I typically keep a lot of water in it? So when it was in the humidity dome, it had a lot of water in there just like this, which is kind of crazy, right? Because you're like, well, it gets humidity from the top and it's surrounded by humidity, but it still has a lot of water. So that just, I guess it goes to show you that if the mix is chunky, it can sit in water. That's what I'm assuming. I'm gonna take some of this water out and probably just do it a little bit halfway, just kind of touching the bottom, just so I can kind of get a sip and not a big cup, you know? But I believe this to be the El Chaco. I want it to be the El Chaco too, so that's why I'm gonna believe it to be the El Chaco. It does have a fuzzy look on the bottom. It's not red, right, which is incompetent or significant of the El Chaco, but I wouldn't know what else to call it, if I'm being very honest. If you have another name for it, definitely put your boy on game, okay? Put your boy on game, okay? And we gonna keep on moving, all right? So we got our Silver Cloud, we got our Dark Lord Mexicana, and I'm hoping that this is the El Chaco. I haven't seen El Chaco in a long time. I'm gonna go back here because I actually don't even know what this plant is. I just know that it is growing like a weed, right? I know it is some form of Philodendron, but what is it? Don't let me lie to you. It doesn't have any red below on it. I don't know if it just kind of shouts out to you what it is, but for me, it does not. But it's growing, and I'm liking that it's growing, but I can't tell you what it is. I would love for it to be a Genovianum, but it doesn't have the furry. And you know, the Genos have the furry, so I don't know what it is. I'm sure I got it somewhere from Echo General when I go down in Orlando, but I can't remember what it is, but it's growing. It's definitely growing. It's in a chunky mix, as you see. Perlite, wood chips, a reptile bark, horticultural charcoal, stuff like that. So it's growing, but I don't know what the heck it is. And as you see, I just kind of watered it and whatnot, so that's why it looks like that. Right next to it, a little buddy of it, I believe this to be the varicosum and whatnot. Yeah, it gotta be, right? Because as I'm kind of looking at this one and then the new leaf, it's definitely giving varicosum vibes. So I'm more likely thinking varicosum, like maybe a green version of it or whatnot. But this is absolutely gorgeous. This right here is like so photogenic. I love it. Very gorgeous plant. Very, very gorgeous plant. Yeah, it's a little leggy down there. That little area right there. So if anything, I would cut it probably like right here. And it's weird because of the way that it was growing. It's just like kind of S shape, and then it gets a little bit more bushy right there. As you kind of see, like right there. Well, right here, and then it'll get a little leggy, and then these two right here. In between these two right here, it's not so much space. So once I actually cut this back, because where the heck am I gonna grow this at, right? So y'all know I like bushy. So what I'm gonna do, more than likely once this one unfolds, then of course I'm gonna probably chop it maybe about right here, right where it got a little leggy. I may cut off this area right here so that it can grow out of there, and it'll start to grow. And then I'll put this pretty much just back in there. I'll just kind of take this all out, put it in there, and just let it grow from there. It should just grow because it looks like it has like miniature area roots in there. Like I can see some kind of surfacing right there. So I would imagine that once I put it in this chunky mix, then it'll just kind of grow. So I think that's going to be really nice in the future. But I believe it to be a varicosum of some sort. Behind there, I have this fuzzy patio. I think that's what they call it. As you can kind of see, the green fuzz that's on there. Let me switch my hands, see if I can. Yeah, that fuzzy stuff right there. So, and it's growing really long, as you can see. It definitely long time needed a pole, and yeah, it's just kind of mingled up between the cores. So if I go back, it's just pretty much going along there. It's looking really gorgeous. I love this plant. It's a pretty inexpensive plant, and it's a fairy plant. So if you want one of them little fairy patio plants, then this one is definitely a cheaper version of that. Cause there are definitely some like serpents and stuff like that is a little bit more temperamental, and it's a little bit more expensive, and they're still, I believe, a little expensive. You might can get you a nice little cut in and stuff like that for cheap, but those plants are pretty hard. And for me, I tried to order that plant from Tropicals, and it just did not do well. I think for me, the next time I get one, I'm gonna just get one from Ecuador down in Orlando when I go and visit, and I'll go from there. But right now, it's a no. And ordering it to get here, I'd rather just go somewhere and pick it up, because it's a lot better for me. So that's enough of my ranting. But this one is the fuzzy patios. It's pretty. It kind of gives like Philodendron, Florida, or like a kind of cheaper version maybe of Florida. And I hate to kind of call it cheaper, it's more inexpensive, because it's still a beautiful plant nonetheless. And as you kind of see, it takes up a lot of room in the back. So I'm loving it, I'm liking it and whatnot. I'll probably chop it back, put it back in there, let it grow from there, like I keep trying to do all the other plants here. So in front, if you can remember my Anthurium video some time ago, I did hit the leaves or whatnot, just because it wasn't growing so well. But as you kind of see right there, there's a new leaf popping out, which is pretty dope. Just lets me know that I'm capable of growing a queen. I would imagine that, I don't know how I'm gonna get that to go this way, but I would imagine that it knows that there's something behind it. So maybe the leaf will just kind of grow outward this way and then maybe force it way forward. But I'm gonna keep watching it so that I can actually manipulate it to come forward, because I would imagine that it's probably gonna lean off to the side. I don't want it to lean off to the side, so I'm gonna just, even if I have to like pull it this way here, then I'll just do it that way. But as I'm kind of looking at it, it looks like it's going upward that way right here. It looks like it's going to kind of come forward. But that is a queen that I used to have in my plant room or whatnot. So it's now in here, just kind of chilling out. I took off like 2 leaves and it was a stump, but now it's growing from the stump. So we are happy. We are definitely happy. And I'm excited to see it grow up. And yeah, I'm gonna definitely keep you guys updated on that one. I do have one other successful queen, so queens can be done. It just is rough for me. For other people, might not be. For me, rough, very rough. So I'm still trying. I'm still out here trying to make it happen. So yeah. The next plant that we have here on this little stake is the Philodendron mallow, Mycorrhizae. And it's growing pretty well. It's it definitely had bigger leaves here. I have it on this pole that I just recently put it on, and it's growing upward. I would love to get it on a pole. Yeah, that leaf is definitely gonna die off, but I'm not gonna touch it because I see that there is another leaf behind it, so I'm gonna keep that on there until that one leaf dies, and then I'll transfer it. But I would love to get this on a pole, Mycorrhizae, and yeah, I think that that'd be really gorgeous. Probably give me some leaves like this right here. This could actually be the Mycorrhizae. Yeah, maybe that's what this is. Maybe it's not a varicosum, it's Mycorrhizae. So I have a sticker in there. What is this? Oh, it's a varicosum Mycorrhizae, so it's the Philodendron splendid. Okay, I knew from the backside that there was some type of varicosum in there. I just couldn't remember. So it is the combination of this one and the varicosum. Okay, so I knew I wasn't faking it, because like, look at that. That definitely gives varicosum, because the backside of varicosums look exactly like that. So yeah, okay. So now we have the right ID on that one, which is always good. I like to make sure I give you guys the right ID. So this one is the regular form melanochrysum, since now we have the melanochrysum varicosum, which of course is the Philodendron splendid. So this is the Philodendron splendid. Okay, so we got the melanochrysum, Philodendron splendid, and then in my other case I have the varicosum. So I have all of them. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, so that makes me really excited. So yeah, so here we have the pseudovaricosum, which is a really gorgeous plant. These give off anything that I see that has like the varicosum in it, or the pseudo to be exact. It will have like the furry petiole, of course, and then this is the varicosum. So eventually, maybe right now, not right now, it doesn't have the backing on it, that like red backing on it, but I would imagine it keep growing up, it will definitely give me that. And I think that this is too young for it to be on a pole. I think it's still trying to figure itself out. So yeah, this leaf is definitely dying, but I'll keep it on there until the next leaf come out. So yeah, that's my little selfishness behind there. So yeah, it's a very gorgeous plant. These are one of those ones that you get from Ecuador. I can definitely tell I got it from Ecuador. I mean, because of the name tape too. So and I don't make name tapes, so I can know that this is from Ecuador, just because, you know, once you're a plant person, you kind of recognize tropicals or Ecuador's plates and stuff like that. Like Ecuador usually does this, and tropicals usually has like a tape form, or kind of like a one of these type of forms or something like that. Oh, you can't see it. They usually have like a stake that that they put on there. So this next one here is the Majestic, Philodendron Majestic. It's a very beautiful plant. I think that this one is also a combination of the melanochrysum and something else. If I can remember I think it's a melanochrysum and a Aroid, if I'm not mistaken. If I am mistaken, then I'll put the mix up there so that you can have the right mix. But I believe that to be what it is. Okay. It's a very beautiful plant, as you kind of see. Yeah, got that red backing on the back, and this is of course a newer leaf. It was a stump at one point. I had to like take off all the leaves, but right now it's going really well, and I'm hoping that of course it gives me some other beautiful leaves or whatnot. I think the Majestic is a very gorgeous plant with that silver vernation on the top, just like the Aroid. And yeah, this is gonna be a very gorgeous plant. I'm very happy for it. And this leaf actually just came out a couple days ago. So, and it really came out of nowhere. But I would imagine that it being in the good harmony that it is, then maybe it's gonna start to look a little bit better. So, not look a little bit better, but it's gonna grow a lot better, like faster or something like that. So that's when I say better. It's gonna grow faster. So yeah. And then this is just experiment. Like, I don't know if I like it still or not. So I may keep it on, may keep it off. I don't know. But this down here, of course, is leca at the bottom. So of course, like I said, everything in here pretty much trickles down, if it does trickle down, and then it's caught in here, and then it's just kind of I won't say water waste, but it's just, it will be lactated up by the other plants that need water or whatnot, especially plants like this right here, which has the Spagmoss. And ideally, the Spagmoss drinks a lot of water, so I would see that this water would leave. In my other case, I don't have the leca, so I'm trying to see maybe what I like. But for me right now, I don't know if I like the leca. If you guys like the leca, as opposed to it just being a clear bottom, let me know. Let me know what you guys do with your I guess with maybe the bottom of your Detolfs or I call these like Lex shells because Lex introduced it to me. I haven't seen any other plant person talk about it like Lex does, and she does it for her business. So yeah. But yeah, let me give you another little view from the top as we are coming to an end. Love this Tortum. Definitely need to water these thing. I forgot the name, but yep. Okay, so let me give you another tour right here. Love this Tortum. Definitely is so bright. Gives so many leaves or whatnot. I love it. Like I said, the green shield alocasia definitely is out there, and then this Bernardo Pozzi, and what's that? The UPI, and then of course down here we now have the Splendid, which is really great. I'm pretty excited to have seen that little tag. I'm glad I'm putting tags on stuff like that, and then of course I'll keep you guys updated on the Warocqueanum. So yeah, I see you back in the other room. Oh, okay. So you came back. I appreciate you. I was just gonna chill out right here and you know, vibe a little bit. You know how I do. I don't do too much. But I appreciate you coming back and you know, watching the whole video and stuff like that. I can definitely appreciate it. You know, every time y'all watch these videos, I get a little cup of coffee. Maybe not Starbucks, you know what I mean? Maybe a little Sitco, something like that, bag of chips, something like that. So I appreciate you. All the likes and the love and all that stuff like that. The subscriptions, definitely for sure. I think we had 13K. So we definitely moving. We are definitely moving. I appreciate everything that you do. Everything that you do. I appreciate it. I want you to ever think that dang, he don't really care for his other people that be watching him, because y'all know I do. Y'all wouldn't even try me like that. Y'all wouldn't even try me like that. But no, I appreciate you guys coming back. And you know, rocking with your boy, chilling with your boy. And yeah, that is the video right there. And of course I'll see you on the next one, because you're gonna come back. I believe that you like this Black Boy Joy. You know, that's just what I feel in my heart, that you love this Black Boy Joy. And I love you for loving this Black Boy Joy. I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? I tell a joke. I ain't gonna lie to you though. You know what I'm saying? Now let me stop playing. But I appreciate you coming through for sure. If you are not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Just go ahead and do it. Just knock it out the way. Go ahead and press that little thumbs up button. You can hit the bell if you want to, so that you can know. But I usually do Sundays, 3 p.m. I usually set that up. But you can hit that bell just in case you want to know. You know what I'm saying? Or you might be watching it throughout the week. It's whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm going to try to be here. And hopefully you try to be here. And then I'm going to know that you here, because I'm going to see that you'll like and you'll comment. And then we're going to talk down below about some stuff. And maybe you might put me up on game. I might put you up on game. You know what I'm saying? So, gang. That's what makes us a gang. You feel me? So, yeah. I'm tired. So, gotta go get me an oil change. So, yeah. I hope y'all have y'all a solid week. If you are already in your week, I hope you get you a good weekend. I hope you find you a good date. I hope you eat really well. Yeah, definitely feed the soul. Get you a good book in and stuff like that. Like, if you're a church person, if you're a gym person, go ahead and get it in. Like, yeah, man. Yeah. So, your boy Jamon, appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And as always, love, peace, and plants.